Good evening, race fans. Urban Pirate here, Black Flag Racing TV, and it's F1 2022 time again. We're with the Smoking Pirellis for round 8 here at Miami. Apologise for cutting the stream short this time last week, a little family issue to deal with, but that is dealt with and they shouldn't be disturbing me again. Hopefully not for another year anyway, but we'll see how we go on. So, last week, what happened? Let's have a look at what happened last week. So there we go, that's the result from last week. Tom Go Prof won in the Alpine. Nice juicy 50 points for him at the end of last week. Good evening, Paul. Good of you to join me, buddy. Tyler was second with the Haas. Rapid F1 with the Aston Martin third. Super Calgon, Nat Packers. Then Jinxie, Webb Stappen, Samuel Beach, Jay Hartnell, Nick X, Cameron Poulter, the Landscape King. I still don't know why I'm putting a the in front of his name, but I'm going to continue doing it. Curly 21, Zetic, Jay Wills, Polish My Balls, I Commons, Jojo Lancer, Blood Paul, and Polish My Big Brother Big Balls. So that's where they finished last week. We had 4 hours here finished. Commons, Jojo Lancer, Blood Paul, and Big Balls were DNF. So standings from last week. Or now, should I say. That's where we currently stand in the championship. Rapid F1 has his lead cut slightly. 301 points though in the Aston Martin. Nat Packers closing it in the McLaren in second. Jinxie 4 Mercedes AMG in third place. And then the gap starts to open up. Curly in AlphaTauri 133 points. So lots of work to do for everyone else on the top 3, and also Jinxie in the top 3 who wants to challenge for that championship. But with 50 points on offer per race meeting, it's certainly not over yet. We're at Miami today. It is a sprint race session, so qualifying will be decided by the outcome of a sprint race, which is always exciting. Constructors Championship, that's what we want to see, isn't it? In a second, I will bring it up. There we go, let's make it bigger for you. There's the Constructors Championship, right there. Aston Martin lead the way, 393 points. Small gap back to Williams Racing, 351. Then 335 for McLaren, 318 for Haas, Alpine with 266. Mercedes down in 6th place, 249. Red Bull in 7th with 237 points. Then we've got Ferrari, 228 with AlphaTauri 202, and right at the back of the pack it's the Alfa Romeo team with 179 points. So lots of work for those at the back to do to get up the order, because we are on race number 8. There's only 2 races left. We are next week at the Circuit of the Americas. We stay here in the USA for that, and then we go just slightly north and hit Canada for the final race of this season 6, and we are ready to go get cracking straight into sprint qualifying. So let's get on with it, shall we? Good timing. I think we've got a full complement of 20. We'll go through these just as everyone ticks in and gets ready. I think it looks like we might have a couple of what are they called, reserves jumping in. There's a name or two I don't recognise out there, so we'll go through them in a minute. No track guide this evening. I just didn't have time, to be honest. I did do a couple of laps, but they were very, very poor laps, and certainly not worth putting on a video and showing the world. Mostly because I don't have huge knowledge of this track, so I'm going to be learning it as we go, this particular one. It's all about having time, isn't it? Time to put the laps in, and I just haven't had them lately. But soon it'll be Christmas and I can sit at home and do nothing all day, every day. Don't forget, this weekend on Black Flag Racing TV, we've got our charity event for Mind. It's race number 2 in the Endurance Series over on GT7. It's the 24 hours at Bathurst event this weekend. It's not 24 hours, it's 3 hours, but emulates 24-hour racing there. So, I thought it was sprint. Oh, that was qualifying, then sprint race, then race, isn't it? So, we've got everyone out there today, I think. Yeah, we've got all 20. We don't need the tyre, we know what tyres are going to be on, we want their best lap. So nobody out just yet. Who's going out? Who is? I see a couple in the distance going out. Let's see who we've got. So this evening, runners, we've got Bloodpool, Super Calgon, Jojo Lancer, Matty Bennett, Zekic, Curly, Polish My Balls, Samuel Beach, Rapid F1 current championship leader, Nick X, Jay Hartnell, Tyler 5990, Wab Stappen, Uwu, that's what his name says, Landscape King, Nat Packers, we've got Jesper, you back, baby. Okay, baby, you're back. Welcome back, Jesper. Jinxie, his teammate, Tom Go Prof, last week's winner, and Dusty Fakes. So who's on an outlap? Let's have a little looky see, shall we? Let's do an onboard with who should we pick for an onboard today? We'll do an onboard once we're on a fast lap. So Matty Bennett, Zekic, Samuel Beach, Tyler, who else is out there? And Landscape King, all out on track, ready to set a banker lap. And you know, I do say it a lot, but it is important to get a banker lap in. You know, just something early doors in qualifying, something on the board. You know, it might not necessarily be your best out lap or your best outing, but you put something down, and then at least if it all goes horribly wrong towards the end, at least you've got something on there. Quite often I see people leaving it to the last minute and going out, and you know, there are times when it goes wrong. PMB02 game stream. That's a really long, complicated name. I bet your signature takes ages. Good evening. How you doing? Who is going to be quick today? Are we going to see another win from Tom Go Prof? Or is Rapid F1, who, pretty by the suggestion of his name, is pretty darn quick? Is he going to steal a win and increase his lead at the top of the championship? What about Nat Packers? Nat Packers be able to close on Rapid F1. I mean, the ideal is you've got to finish ahead of him. You know, and the ideal is you hope for a DNF, because then you can maximise your points. So relatively new track. This is to F1 at Miami. We're starting to get a lot of racetracks in the Americas. I won't say what I feel about that. You know, we know that the F1 now, the FIA in particular, well F1 as an organisation is very America-centric. You know, there are a number of continents we're not in that we should probably consider looking at before we start adding more American racetracks. But, you know, personal opinions aside, it is pretty cool racing out there in the United States and showing what real motor racing looks like. It's not going round and round in a circle in essentially a souped-up bumper car. So, first hot lap we've got is a 1:29.2 from Zetic in the Aston Martin. I don't want to keep calling it Alfa Romeo, because it's not. Samuel Beach with a 29.4, and has done a 29.5. They're the first ones out. So let's go on board here with Curly. Let's have a good look at this lap. Tyler puts in a 1:28.4. First goes sub 1:29. That's a good solid lap. So here we go. This is a full lap around on board with Curly. First braking zone here into this right hand side. Let's bring up the track map, shall we? Then you can see where everybody is at. Sweet round to the right hand side. You've got a braking zone coming up, big left hander here, and it's a left right combo. You don't really have to brake too hard. You kind of sweep through it, and then you've got this, it kind of curls round, almost back on itself, and with a braking zone kind of halfway through the corner. Then you've got your DRS detection zone, and then on the power again before you hit the next DRS zone by this bridge, and your rear wing opens, as you can see there, and it gives you that extra little bit of horsepower down towards the braking zone for the next corner here in sector 2. Big braking there. Again, you're just feathering that throttle before you get back on the power as it sweeps to the right hand to the left hand side, then around again to the really complex part of the racetrack. This really complex. And then as soon as you get here and under the bridge, there's your next DRS detection zone, and you pass through the Aramco side, and then just here where the road changes is where the next DRS opens, And Nat Packers goes even faster with a 27.9. On the power here in the AlphaTauri. Big braking zone again. Nice 180 switchback here almost. It's almost a double apex corner. And then you're on that power again before you head towards the start-finish line. And there is your lap around Miami. That's it. So, currently, row number 1. We've got Nat Packers in the McLaren with a 1:27.9. I know, that's what I mean, Paul. You've got Vegas as well next year. So that's 3 just in the United States of America. Then you've got Canada. Then you've got you've got Brazil and South America. It's starting to stack up quite a lot in America itself. And we've got none in Africa, for instance. When are we going to bring back Killarney, the South African racetrack? That's an awesome racetrack. We have had F1 there before. There's no reason why we can't start moving into the African races as well. Make it truly a global world championship. And then we'll have races on every single continent. But, we're not in charge, are we? So Rapid F1 decides that he wants to make sure he is ahead of Nat Packers. Nat Packers is a big challenge for the title. Does a 1:27.7, so we've got 2 have broken that 28 mark. And only Tyler sub 29. Everybody else outside those really quick times. Of course, it is always every sport now is all about money, mate. All about money. Apart from this that we do, it's all about costing us money. Landscape King already out of qualifying. Either that or he's happy with the 1:29.3 that he has put in. So Rapid F1 is your pole sitter. 1:27.7 alongside is Nat Packers, second in the championship. On row 2 it's Tyler and Zekic with Dusty Fakes and Jesper on row 3. Row 4 is at the moment Landscape King with Samuel Beach, Jinxie and Ooh on row 5. Row 6 is Matty Bennett, Curly, Polish My Balls and Bloodpool on row 7. Row 8 is Super Calgon with JJ Lancer, Nick X and Jay Hartnell on row 9. And row 10 is Wab Stappen and Tongo Prof. But they are yet to put in the time. So everyone with Bloodpool downwards yet to put in some sort of representative time. Although there are a few of them, or JJ Lancer is certainly out there in the Williams Racing car. I should have looked at the colour really, rather than wait for the car to come around the corner. So on the hot lap now. Can anyone beat that 27.7 from Rapid F1, or is that the kind of, has the gauntlet been laid down and then firmly ignored by everybody? Are we going to see some more times tumbling into the 28s, maybe 20 and 27s and 28s? Do we have a sub 27.5 on this lap? If someone happens to know what the the lap record is around there, that'd be useful. If you've got a set pool, if you don't mind looking it up for me, what the current lap record is for F1 around there. See how close they are to the money. So no change for the rest of the pack. We've got about 8 minutes left to qualify. It is an 18-minute qualifying session, of course. Sprint race today. Sprint race means that they're just going to go balls out to set the grid for the main event. At least I'm pretty sure it's a sprint. Of course, it must be. It must be a sprint because it's a sprint next to the word Miami, of course. So yet to settle out Bloodpool, Super Calgon, Nick X, Tom Go Prof. I think he's out on a hot lap now, as is Jojo Lancer. Wab Stappen on an out lap. So 3 cars still not set a lap. And it's always dangerous not to have set one by this stage. So that is second on the grid for Jojo Lancer. Really good lap there in the Williams. So 1:28.4. What about Wab Stappen? As Wab Stappen is on the out lap still, so we might see something from him. So it'll be just 3 cars yet to go out and set a lap. That's supreme confidence. At this stage, we have not set any lap. Polish My Balls has done a 1:31.6 with Curly doing a 31.0. And we're starting to see Jinxie, May Bennett on outlaps, Dusty Fate as well, also on an outlap, and Rapid F1 putting a hot lap in order to try and consolidate that pole position. Maybe nick a couple more tenths and just make sure that he can't be caught at the top of the leaderboard. So we're watching the Haas of Verstappen on their qualifying lap. And we'll see how far up here that they can put that to be fair, it's the fan favourite, isn't it? It's the American team in the American car on the American racetrack. And 1 minute 28.7. So rapid F1 and Nat Packers, Tom Gocroft, Tyler, Jojo Lancer, all smashed that. So everybody from 6 backwards is outside of Leclerc's qualifying. I know that it's not real conditions, it's not a real racing car, but still pretty damn quick. Still pretty damn quick. As I said, I did 2 laps earlier, they weren't very good. I think my best lap of the 2 was a 36 something. So a good 9 seconds. I think it's high 36s. So a good 9 seconds off lap in F1. So Verstappen just coming round now. We're going to see what time Verstappen will get on the board. DRS open, get on that power. 3 DRS zones here. Americans always like to have like extra ones, don't they? So that's a 31.1, not super quick there. And Rapid F1 does improve, and that is a 1:27.5 dead. 5:00. Really good lap there. So, just come out is Bloodpool Super Calgon with Nick X on the outlap at the moment. Yeah, so just Nick X on his outlap in the Ferrari. That son just line from work screaming about the state of the tubes in London and go right, rubbish. So Rapid F1 still on pole, and that's a 1:27.5 from him. It's going to be a very difficult time to beat. That is very quick there. Joining him on the front row is Nat Packers. We've got literally 4 minutes left to qualify, so you need to get out there, you need to get time on the board, just something to give you a qualifying position. Tom Goprof and Tyler, row 2. Row 3 is JJ Lancer with Jinxie. Row 4, Samuel Beach with Jay Hartnell. Dusty Fake on row 5 with Zeki alongside. Jesper is joining the Landscape King on row 6. Row 7 is Ooh with Matty Bennett. Curly on row 7 with Wabstappen. Row 8 is row 9 is Polish Bubbles and Bloodpool. And row 10 is, no, it's not anymore. Bloodpool relegated down. There's only him and Super Calgon still not set a lap. So, Bloodpool's not even left the pits yet. So that's a bit worrying because clearly that's a very brave driver there, Bloodpool. Sit there fiddling around with the car and then whip out at the end of qualifying and put in a lap or 2. Super Calgon in... on the outlap in the Williams, looking to set their first hot lap. So Rapid F1 still on pole position. Doesn't need to set another lap, I don't think. Nat Packers doesn't look like Nat Packers is going to go out. They seem to be quite happy with the performance they've put in so far, and the front row would suggest that that's a good idea. Tyler doing an outlap on medium tyres. Now this could just be to get a feel for the time on those mediums at this stage, because I can't imagine they will be expecting to put in any representative time on those medium tyres. Jojo Lance are happy with the time and has checked out. So we're looking for Super Calgon, there is, on the hot lap. And how late is Bloodpool going to leave it? Because time is ticking now. We can't have much long. Well, it's 1:56 left. So they've got to leave the pits now to do their outlap. Guaranteed they can put a lap in, unless they are happy to start from the back. Well, I suppose they could have a qualifying ban. I should have checked that, really. That could be why they haven't bothered. There we go. Bloodpool is now on the outlap. The bravery of Bloodpool. Now, if you're going to be this brave, you need to be putting in top 3 times. Simple as. I don't know if you agree, Paul. You know, I think no matter how confident you are on a track, I think coming out with giving yourself just one lap when you've got time to do 2 or 3 or 4 is it's incredibly brave, isn't it? Well, I think so anyway. I think you're always better just sticking one lap in early on and having something on the board. Not relying on the fact that you think you might be quick, because it only takes one little cock up and then it's all gone. So everybody with a representative time now. So we'll give you the full rundown from front to back. Front row, Rapid F1 Nat Packers. Row 2, Tom Go Prof with Tyler. Row 3 is J. Joe Lanson with Jesper. Row 4, Jinxie and Nick X. Zekic, row 5 with Samuel Beach. Row 6 is Jay Hartnell, Dusty Fake. Row 7, Super Calgon and the Landscape King. Row 7 is Ooh and Matty Bennett. Row 9 is Curly and Polish My Balls. And row 10, Wab Stappen. And is it going to be Bloodpool? That's the question. Bloodpool letting some of the faster cars through. Not giving themselves much time to get a hot lap in. Are they going to make the clock? I think they're just going to make it. Yeah, it's how late you leave it though, Paul. I mean, literally, the Bloodpool crossed the line with 1 second remaining on the clock. When surely you want to get at least 2 laps in. You want to get something on the board, right? Not just whacking 1 lap and hope for the best. Surely you want to get a banker lap in and then go for your big spicy one towards the end. I think the problem is as well, if you leave it late. I mean, if we look at the Geoffrey and Spa last week, I didn't get to racing. I got to qualify, but I didn't get to racing because of the fact I wasn't particularly when it started. But if you look at my last lap, I mean, I put in a couple of okay laps, which I cocked up. My last lap, I was I think an 8-9 tenths up, coming up to the bus stop, and then one of the faster cars coming through kind of whizzed past me, whipped me off the track, and I lost loads of time. Then obviously I then got and then uncertainty got dumped out of the race, but so it's one of those things, isn't it? I just think it's always safe to have something. But then you watch Bloodpool put himself on pole now and shut me the hell up.
Until work stressed me out, I left my bag in the fucking Uber.
So someone left his bag in his Uber on the way home from work. So Bloodpool didn't put a lap in. So I'm assuming that he must have been a qualified ban or something. So there is your final lap from Rapid F1 with a final 1:27.3 just to prove a point there. And Tom Go Prof goes sub 27 as well. So your lineup is Rapid F1 and Nat Packers on the front row. Tom Go Prof and Tyler row 2. Dusty and Jay Hartnell row 3. Row 4 with J-Jo Lancer and Jesper. Row 5 is Jinxie and Nick X. Row 6 Zekic and Samuel Beach. Row 7 Ooh and Super Calgon. And then I'll go for the rest when we get to the lobby. So there is your final grid positions. Where were we? So Super Calgon for Williams, 14th, 15th Landscape King for Alpine, Matty Bennett for Ferrari in 16th, Curly for AlphaTauri in 17th, 18th will be Polish My Balls for McLaren, Wabstappen for Haas in 19th, and Bloodpool didn't actually set a qualifying time at the back of the pack in 20th for Alfa Romeo. So Rapid F1 showing dominance again, top of the leaderboard for a reason. so you want it woo, not woo. To be fair, that's exactly how it's written. Yeah, I'll try it. I'll try not to do it like that. So qualifying times, sub 28. There was quite a few. There was 4 or 3 of them sub 28. So I'm expecting race pace to be pretty darn quick, especially up front today. Nat Pack is going to look to make a move early on, try and get past Rapid F1. Needs to finish ahead really to get those points, just to try and close that gap. So formation lap here at Miami. Looks like everyone's got away cleanly without too many problems. We know these guys are quick, and it's going to be a very, very quick race. But there is your full lineup. It's Rapid F1 from Nat Packers, Tom Go Prof, Tyler, Dusty Fake, Jay Hartnell, J Joe Lancer, Jess Barr, Jinxie, Nick X, Zekic, Federal Beach, Uwu. I did that without sounding like I was batting for the other team. Super Calgon, Landscape King, Matty Bennett, Curly, Polish My Balls, Wabstappen and Bloodpool. No relation to Deadpool. Bloodpool, the only one that didn't actually set a qualifying time. That I suspect could be linked to the qualifying penalty. If anyone wishes to confirm it, please feel free to do so. So let's see just how quick these guys are. So just finishing their formation lap through sector 2. So coming up towards the final couple of corners, they're going to line up on the grid, and then we are going to be away here at Miami. And it should be a lot quieter in the background now, because everyone has now disappeared. Apologise for all the background noise. Usually I have the room to myself by this stage, but not today. Not today. So how about that? How about Belgium going out of the World Cup today? It pleased me no end. Don't know the result from tonight. Feel free to spoil it for me. I don't really appreciate that much. So Rapid F1 lines himself up on the front of the grid. Where do we look for the start today? I'm going to go from... That's always a good viewpoint. Yeah, let's go from... If you want to actually go on the other side of the grid, from Jay Hartnell. We'll see how well those front 4 get away in front. So that's 5 lights, and we are away. Everyone away cleanly. Looks like they're all clean behind as well. No issue out in front. And Nat Packers does make the jump into first place, but it doesn't hold. Rapid F1 retains that back into turn 1. The Nat Packers away very well, but couldn't maintain the opening position. So 29 laps it is here for this opening race, which will set the grid for the main event, the big feature race. So Rapid F1 from Nat Packers, Tom Go Prof. Top 3 remain the top 3. No changes so far. There is a couple of changes at the bottom. Polish My Balls drops down to 17th place. Matty Bennett goes up 1. Let's have a look where we are at in terms of position changes. Big jump for the Landscape King. Up 4 places into 11th place. That's a really good jump there. And another place made up there. He's on an absolute charge. Can't keep up with him. He keeps moving so much. So yeah, 5 places made for the Landscape King. Someone's on a really big charge at the moment. In terms of tyres, who's on what? Well, we've got a good selection actually between medium and hard compound tyres. Front 2 running on the mediums, Tom Go Prof running on the hards, as is Tyler. Dusty Fake, Joe Lancer on the hards as well, along with Jinxie. Then we've got the 3 of Jay Hartnell, Jesper and Landscape King. And it shows why Landscape King jumped over the 2 behind him now, because they're on the hard compound tyres. But Rapid F1 with a 1:33.8. That's not a bad first lap. And Landscape King into the pits already. And I'm assuming there must be some damage on that car that we don't know about, because he made some inroads, as is Samuel Beach as well. So 2 of them in the pits as Rapid F1 already opening up a 1.5 second gap over Nat Packers. So definitely looking to consolidate the championship lead. Tom Go Prof, Tyler, Dusty Fake, all the top 5 have retained their qualifying positions. Joe Lancer moves up 1 from 7th into 6th place, with Jinxie losing a couple of positions. Up a couple of positions, up to 7th. Jay Harden's lost 3 positions, down to 9th from 6th on the grid. Nick, X and Zetic in the same positions as they started, 10th and 11th. Uwu is up 1 into 12th. Super Calgon up 1 into 13th. Matty Bennett up 2 places to 14th. At the moment, the big mover is Wab Stappen. 4 places gained for Wab Stappen. Polish My Balls has gained 2 as well, up to 2nd place. Up to 16th place, up 2 places. Big move there from Super Calgon as well. So just trying to have a look where the big moves are on the track at the moment, but it doesn't look like any other than Wab Stappen has made 5 places up. There's no other big movements, and that's a 1:30.9 for Rapid F1, really opening up that gap. So we've got Zechi's Landscape King and Samuel Beach at the back of the pack. Bloodpool's gained 3 places. Didn't play in the qualifying side, Bloodpool. That's the predicted strategy. We're looking at hards to about lap 16-ish. There or thereabouts. Mediums, we're going to be looking somewhere around lap 12. Maybe, I don't know. I think it depends how brave they are, really, and how well they can look after the tyres. It looks to be like Rapid F1, not worried about anything like looking after tyres though, wants to just get on it. And Nick is right behind Jesper. Is there a potential move on as they come around into the DRS zone? Does close that gap down. It was 3/10. It's now 2/10. It's now nothing. Breezes past up into 9th place. Good overtake there from Nick. Is there anyone else making big challenges? Wab Stappen gets up to 13th. Loses it though. And Matt Bennett saves themselves for another opportunity later. But Wab Stappen just sticking with them. They come round this tricky section here. One more. Then we're in the DRS detection zone. And then it could be good night Vienna for Matty Bennett. So the DRS will open now. There it goes. DRS is open. Gap is closing. Is he going to be close enough to make the move into this final couple of corners? Not quite close enough. There'll be another opportunity under DRS across the start-finish straight. Is there another opportunity here? I see Jesper in the pits. That's a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane as well. Last thing you want to get, using that rear wing opens up on that Haas. Not able to close the gap on the Ferrari driver. Tom Go Prof losing a place to Tyler. Tyler up into 3rd place. Is now bear in mind Tyler's on the hard compound tyres compared to Tom Go Prof on those mediums. So is Tongo Prof able to make a move back and take back that position as they come to the DRS zone here. So round this bend, DRS will open, and this will be when the opportunity arises. Does pull out, not quite close enough to make the move this time. Really, really tricky section here. This is the hardest part of the racetrack, and you really have to be careful. Following behind as well. You know, the slightest mistake, and there's 2 cars out of this race. At the moment, though, all 20 cars safely in. As actually in the pits, 9 places they've lost. Jesper with a 10 place loss and a penalty. We were watching Tongo Prof coming through the DRS zone, trying to close up on Tyler, but Tyler just showing that little bit extra burst of pace and able to stay ahead. Down to, let's have a look at Jesper. Is Jesper making a move here? So close to the back of the Alpine of Landscape King. Just won't find a way through this section, not yet, but there will be an opportunity as they go through this DRS detection zone, and this is where you need a good exit. Didn't get a great exit out of there, Jesper. Looked to struggle through that final corner coming out of that section. Not going to be close enough to get any benefit or enough benefit from that DRS. It'll close them up, surely, but won't be able to make the overtake here. Will it give an opportunity as they round into the main stadium section here, where you can see the crowds on the right hand side cheering on their favourite drivers? We don't have to cheer anybody, it's just digital renditions of people pretending to be cheering. But it just seems that Jesper doesn't have the grip coming out of the corners, doesn't have that traction to make any moves forward. So full rundown, we're on lap 5 here at Miami. Rapid F1 is in the lead, 2.3 seconds clear of Nat Packers. There is Nat Packers running in second. Third place is Tyler. Moves up 1 from Tongo Prof, last week's winner. 50 points for him last week. It's really tucked in behind though, and certainly looking to make a move. Dusty Fake in the Red Bull in 5th place, with Jojo Lancer in the Williams, sorry. In the Williams in 6th place. Jinxie in the Mercedes-Benz in 7th. And then we've got Jay Hartnell in the Alfa Romeo in 8th place. 2.6 seconds back from that is Nick in the lead Ferrari. And we're about to see Super Calgon make a move with the other Williams. Does the move stick though? Side by side there, and the move does stick. Super Calgon up to 9th. Nick relegated in that Ferrari down to 10th place. And Uu in the Alpha Tauri running in 11th place. Just about a second back from Nick. Close up a little bit, and you've got some DRS available. Wab Stappen in the Haas in 12th place, 3.9 seconds back from 11th, with Matty Bennett 2.7 behind in the Ferrari. And Polish My Balls in the other McLaren. Team, of course, Nat Packers is out in second place, trying to chase down Rapid F1. Bloodpool is 4.7 seconds back in the second Alfa Romeo. Then we've got Curly in the Alpha Tauri, 5.5 seconds back. Then massive gaps, then 3.1 to Jesper in the other Mercedes-Benz. The second Red Bull in Samuel Beach is 5.5 seconds back. Landscape King in the Alpine in 19th place, and 45 seconds back, coming from the very, very back from behind in the Aston Martin Cognizant is Zetic. Rapid F1 though leads this race, comes round the corner. His teammate in last, he's in first though. 2.7 seconds clear of Nat Packers. Nat Packers will not want to see the back of Rapid F1. Well, to be fair, I think they would rather see the back of the car than not be able to see it at the moment. But they won't be happy with that, because it's a straight 1-2 for the championship at the moment. Are in 1-2 here. And with only 3 races remaining, the gap really needs to start closing to stand any chance of nicking that championship towards the end of the season. So big movers, big shakers. It's 5 places gained for Bloodpool. That's a good gain. 7 places for Wab Stappen. 5 for Super Calgon. Big losers are Jesper losing 9 places. Samuel Beach losing 6. Landscape Kings lost 4. And Zetic is down 9 places from their start position. But we do have more winners and losers out there at the moment. Tongo Prof did drop out of that top 3. He was the winner last week. Didn't get to see it because I had issues I had to deal with. But drops out of that top 3. Is sticking though very, very closely to the back of Tyler, and this is the view that Tyler's got every time he looks in a mirror. And the thing is, I think Tyler's not seems to be really quick in the straighter sections in the halves, and quick enough to be able to pull away from Tom Goldbrook, even with DRS and slipstream. The problem is Dusty Fake is closing the gap. Although here we go, is the move on this time? Not quite, but what it's doing is it's bringing Dusty Fake into this battle, and that could be a problem for Tongo Prof, because no longer is he just worrying about making the move to the car in front. You've got to worry about a challenge from behind, and there is a move by Tongo Prof. Does the move stick? Hell yes it does. Tongo Prof moves up into 3rd place and pushes Tyler firmly into the clutches of Dusty Fake. So he got that move done, got out of the way, and got 4.1 seconds though to make up. And there is a time penalty for Rapid F1. That will be very, very pleasing to know for Nat Packers, because it's a 3-second time penalty, and they're only 2.4 seconds back, Nat Packers. They can maintain that gap throughout this race, then there is extra points available. How's about that? So full rundown, Rapid F1 in the lead, 2.7 seconds clear of Nat Packers. Nat Packers is just ahead, 3.9 seconds just ahead. Tongo Prof is back up into 3rd, having made the move around. Tyler in 4th, 2nd back. Dusty Fake also a 2nd back. And then JJ Lancer 2 seconds back in 6th place. No real pressure in front, no real pressure behind at the moment. 2.3 seconds back is Jinxie. Jay Hartnell in 8th place, 1.2 seconds behind that particular position. I couldn't think of the word, isn't it, for them? Super Calgon into the top 10, 5 places going for them. 1.5 seconds behind Jay Hartnell. Bit of work to do to get Nick another place there. I'm talking to Nick, there's one in 10th, 1.7 seconds back. Starting 10th is 10th. You can't get better than that. If you qualify in a position, you finish the race there, you haven't got worse. So you can't complain. And there is just half a second back in the AlphaTauri. Is there a potential overtake on here? Sorry, Nick. Yeah, well, there's not, because Nick disappeared off the track. I wonder where Nick went. I went on to Webster. I went on to see where Nick was, and Nick had disappeared. That's a great. Do you know what? The irony is, I'm hating the fact the World Cup's in Qatar, but I'm loving some of these results, man. It's awesome. It's what football's all about, isn't it? Special moments. So we've had no retirements here. Lap 9 of 29, and the VSC is out. And who is that out for? Because everyone appears to be currently on the racetrack. Who's taken big damage and caused the virtual? Let's see. Well, we see. Well, good time to jump in, I suppose. Rapid F1 jumping into the pits. Does Nat Packers stay out? Absolutely. Nat Packers stays out. Now, who else follows? Tongo Prof has stayed out. Tyler stayed out. Rapid F1. That's where they're coming up. But JJ Lancer is through. Dusty Fake's in the pit. Jay Hartnell in the pits. So Rapid F1 will come out in 5th place. That's a good idea to do it then. It's not too far off the pit windows. A couple of laps off, but you've got the safety for the virtual safety car to just allow you to back off the pushing through the corners and putting the big loads through those tyres, and you can just kind of relax a little bit while the cars are at their slower delta. Excuse me. Very, very, very early start for me today. I had a bit of work to do, but the first thing I had to do an elf breakfast for the little one. I'd love to say it was just for my little one, but it wasn't. It was for my little one and my older ones, and one of them is in his 20s. In fact, 2 of them are in their 20s, and two of my friends down the road. So my house this morning at 6 o'clock this morning was an absolute nightmare. But I don't wish that pain on anybody else. So Nat Packers has taken the lead. The VSC is over. The gap is 3.4 seconds to Tomgo Prof. What has happened to Rapid F1? Rapid F1 has lost a number of places. They came out, I thought they came out ahead of Jinxie, but they are now behind Jinxie on the hard compound tires now, I think. Let's just check. Yes, now on the hard compound tyres. They are fresh. They should go to the end of this race. There's no reason why not. Rapid F1 does move back up into 5th place. So, Nat Packers on 10 lap old medium tyres. Will look to be changing those shortly. Pretty much everybody, bar Nat Packers, Uwu, Wabstappen and Jesper are on the medium compound tyres. Jesper's just moved on to those mediums though. It's a big ask to get those to last to the end of the race, isn't it, from here? I don't know. I haven't run a full race simulation today. As I said, I've been very busy with work. That's why I'm running. I'm a busy boy at the moment because my friend and co-worker is in South Africa, and I'm picking up the slack. And if you're watching live, I hope you have a lovely time, and it rains on Christmas Day. Tomgo Prof up to 2nd, Tyler 3rd, JJ Lancer 4th, Rapid F1 back up into 5th place. Briefly moved down to 6th after the pit stop, but back up into 5th. 1 lap into those hard compound tyres. Looks to be taking those to the end of the race for me. It's not really a 2-stop race, is it? I don't have thought so. Certainly not here. And we've got another problem. Who has gone spinny bye-bye? Everyone still looks to be moving. Can't see anybody really in trouble on the track. But is that another virtual safety car, or do we have a proper one this time? No, we have a full safety car. So this is a good time for Nat Packers to go in. Tom Prof, maybe a little bit early for Tom Prof. Although probably with a bit of coaxing, you could probably make those tyres last. But if you're on the medium tyres, now is the time to go in. So Nat Packers, what are you going to do? Are you staying out? It certainly looks like it. So nobody's died. We've got a safety car, but nobody has died. Everyone is still running. I say that nobody's died. Somebody has. It's bye-bye Nick. Landscape King is in the naughty list. It's on Santa's naughty list for speeding in the pit lane. Did they just serve that penalty though? I suppose it could be Landscape King, couldn't it? I think it's Landscape King. Germany is struggling, man. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So let's go from the back of the pack, shall we? Zekic at the back, 9 laps on those hard tyres so far. Went in early to repair some damage. Jesper running in 19th, 12.8 seconds ahead. We've got 1 DNF, and that is Nick X04. Curly moving down the order. Curly's in the pits though. So Zekic will go through as well, I would have thought. Not super far back. So they're coming around to pick up. Eventually we'll come around to pick up this safety car. Although Nat Packer's in the pits. So Tomgo Prof in the pits. Tyler in the pits. So Rapid F1 will come round and pick up this safety car. So actually, didn't work out too badly pitting when Rapid F1 did. So they come round now. They've picked up the safety car, have they? They will in a second. Here they come. Now they're going to pick it up as they come around this bend. And there it is. There's the AMG Mercedes safety car, which I much prefer to the Aston Martin, if I'm honest. I think it's a prettier car, and I think it's a nicer car to drive. I'm sure Paul will agree because he won a championship in one. Won a GT7 championship in one. Excuse me. So Nat Packers comes back out in 2nd place. The gap is a lot closer than it was before the pit stops though. And those hard tyres will be 3 laps less worn. Not a huge significant difference, but every bit of grip helps when you are chasing down a win. Tomgo Prof on the medium tyres. Do they feel they can take those mediums to the end? I'm not entirely sure they can. I could be wrong. I think they're going to be a little bit ropey towards the end if they do. But I suppose it depends how long the safety car stays out. We're on lap 13 of 29 here at Miami. And Tongo Prof looking in a good position, because if you can go racing on those medium tyres without taking too much out of them and making them last to the end of this race, you're going to get that grip and that extra traction out the corners over the two cars in front of Rapid F1 and Nat Packers. So it's all about sticking with them, not letting them pull away, and then hopefully getting that opportunity to make a move. Tyler running fourth, Dusty Fake running in fifth place, JJ Lancer in sixth. We've got Jay Hartnell running in seventh, Jinxie in eighth, Matty Bennett in ninth place, Super Calgon in 10th, Uwu in 11th. It's really hard not to see that and go, ooh, can't help it. Sorry, man. Wapstappen running in 12th, Bloodpool running in 13th, Landscape King, it's Landscape King, of course it's Landscape King, in 14th place, with Polish My Balls just behind, 8.5 seconds back, in fact. Then we've got Samuel Beach, Jesper running in 17th, Curly in 18th, Zetic in 19th, and Nick in the dressing room, changing out of his uniform and maybe sitting in his pants and crying. Although I can't confirm the last bit about the sitting in the pants and crying. That might not necessarily be true. Now, Rapid F1 has a 3-second penalty. So Nat Packers will want to make the overtake if they can. However, they just need to stay within that 3-second zone of Rapid to take the win here. So actually, they're in quite a good position, because when the car in front of you is carrying that sort of penalty, you don't need to overtake them, you just need to stick with them. And the best way to stick with them, of course, is slipstream and DRS. And you only get that if you're behind another car. So Rapid F1's job, and only job, is to open up that gap to over 3 seconds. And that is the only way Rapid F1's going to win this race. Unless, of course, everybody else gets mass disconnected and it's just Rapid F1 left. And it has happened to me once. I've done a long race and everybody but me disconnected and I got a win. But it gave me a little star next to my win, as if to say it's not a proper one. Well, it wasn't a proper one, to be fair. I qualified in like 11th, so can't say jack about that. So we've still got the safety car. Is it going to end this lap? We'll find out shortly. I can't see any other reason why it shouldn't. And we will get back underway again here at Miami. So it's Rapid F1 is going to take control of this race if and when the safety car comes in. So yes, the safety car is in. So everybody trying to generate some heat through those tyres, especially those hard tyre runners. They're going to be vulnerable to those, to Tongo Prof and Tyler, who are both on medium compounds. It's down to Rapid F1 now to decide when it's time to go. And the Verstappen rule has been introduced, so they can't get side by side. And Rapid gets on that power rapidly. Nat Packers also doesn't want to get swallowed up. Tongo Prof in third. It's got Tyler for company. Is there a battle between these two that's going to rage on and make it difficult for Tongo Prof to concentrate on the car in front? Well, no, because he's already putting out a little gap. But Tongo Prof is going to be putting Nat Packers under significant pressure. Nat Packers is going to have to defend that line. Being on the hard tyres as well, there's going to be so much more traction coming out of the corners. Get round here, you're going to have some, it won't have any DRS of course, we've just come out of the safety car, so it is about sticking that slipstream and Rapid, trying to desperately to get out of slipstream range and make sure when DRS does get switched back on, that Nat Packers doesn't have it. Nat Packers wants to do the same to Tongo Prof, but not really happening. We're into this really tricky section at the end of Sector 2, start of Sector 3. And we're on board now with Tongo Prof, just looking for some room around Nat Packers. It's tucked in nicely, and actually it's bringing Tyler into the mix as well, because Tyler is putting some pressure on Tongo Prof. And the move is made. Tyler up into third. Tongo Prof has to just concede that place and drop down. And Nat Packers opens up that gap to 0.7 of a second. So while Tongo Prof was concentrating on what was going on in front, Tyler was able to capitalise on that and make their own little moves. So Tongo Prof losing a position down into 4th place. And we've lost Zeshish from this race as another did not finish. But this time, no safety car to go with it. And I'm sure they'll be relieved. So Rapid F1, 0.7 seconds, 0.8 seconds clear of Nat Packers. Tyres 6 laps old for Rapid, 3 laps old for Nat Packers. That's going to make some difference later on. So penalties wise, we've got 3 seconds for Rapid F1. We've got 5 for the Landscape King. That's going to drop him down a couple of places. 3 for Samuel Beach and 3 for Bloodpool. But to Rapid, knows he's got that 3 seconds and knows that they're going to have to open up that gap to more than that to prevent losing the win here. And I suppose it's soul destroying when you've got the win and you're going to concede that place for a penalty, even though you've done everything right bar get a little penalty. I suppose you could argue if you don't commit the crime, you don't have to pay the time. Do the time even. Don't do the time if you can't do the crime. That was what I was trying to think of. So Rapid F1 in the lead from Nat Packers, 1.5 seconds of gap. So no DRS for Nat Packers. That's a bit of a disaster, to be fair, because if you want any chance of keeping up with them, that's when you need the DRS to help you. And it's a 1 minute 30.4 for Rapid F1. So clearly demonstrating the pace there. A lot of pressure on Nat Packers from Tyler and Tongo Prof here. We look on board from Tongo Prof. We can see that Tyler's just looking, everywhere there's an apex. Tyler is looking to see if there's a rook inside. And they have a coming together there. Did Tyler touch Nat going into that corner and cause some damage to the 2 cars? So Nat is dropping down that order. I can't even keep up. There is Nat. Finally gets back up to speed in that McLaren. Will be fuming, and look at that. Was that an overtake under safety car conditions? Because we got the flags out. And it is safety car. Was that an overtake under the safety car, or was it before the safety car? That's the problem. So, bit of a disaster then for Tyler and Nat as they have a little coming together. That plays right into the hands of Tongo Prof because he's now up into 2nd place. He's on a much softer, he's on a softer compound of tyres than Rapid F1 out front. Don't get me wrong, Rapid F1 is, the name absolutely fits because it's been very, very quick. And this is the fact. The fact of the matter is that the tyres on the car behind are fresh-ish. I mean, what's the tyre life? Let's have a quick look at tyre life. So if you look at tyre life, they are 4 laps fresher, and the Tongo Prof's actually going into the pits. Oh my God, Germany are going out. Couldn't be happier. So Tongo Prof's going into the pits. What tyres going on? Will they be another set of mediums? I would have thought so. So Uwu is in the lead at the moment because everybody else has gone in. And I think that's probably a wise choice given the situation. So Uwu, I can't really make the scene noise, can I? This is like 1970s stereotypical gay bloke noise. That's the best way to describe it. This is what I thought when I made it. My gay daughter was looking at me, why are you making those kind of noises? Uwu is in the lead at the moment. Landscape King in 2nd, Samuel Beach in 3rd. Rapid F1 pits for some fresh medium compound tyres. Probably a wise choice. In fact, a very wise choice. Comes out in 4th. Jesper, 8 laps on those medium tyres. Might have to think about pitting again. Separates Tongo Prof from Rapid though. So Tongo Prof can't make an immediate move after Rapid once this safety car is done. They are going to have to make their way past Jesper first. If they can, of course. If they can. Polish My Balls. That is some meteoric rise by Polish My Balls. the position change there is 11 places. Although saying that, Uwu made up 12 and Landscape Kings made up 13. But I've got a feeling those two are definitely going to pit again. Polish My Balls up 11 places. Bloodpool up 10 places. So all that bullshit about not qualifying until the last minute.com doesn't make a blind bit of difference if you can hang your car out there longer than everybody else and not have to pit as much. Dusty Fake, 8th place, not bad so far. Good, a few places dropped, but there are some cars ahead that are a little bit out of position in terms of track position because of pit stops. Curly up 8 places in 9th. Jinxie is in 10th, only dropped 1 place. Tyler is down 7. Nat Packers had that coming together with Tyler, and that has put them down 10 places. And I'll tell you what, this is where some of the, in fact most of the drivers that I commentate for they have a much better mentality than me. It's one of the reasons why I was always in trouble when I played football, and it's one of the reasons why I don't drive much now. It's because I can't really control my rage. If the guy that hit me, and I'm making the assumption that it looked to me that Tyler just clipped the back of that Packers. So let's work on that assumption. Obviously, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But we're going to work on that assumption. If the car that had spun me out when I was in 2nd place in this race was in front of me under a safety car, I would wait until the safety car went up and put them in a wall. But that's just because I'm evil, maybe. Obviously, I wouldn't do that in a real car because that would potentially kill someone. I'm not a murderer. I'm just a very, very angry man. Super Calgon is in 13th. Upper place from starting position. Wab Stappen has made a growth of 5 places up to 14th. Matty Bennett up 1 to 15th. Jay Hartnell down 10 places from 6th on the grid to 16th. JJ Lancer 1.1 seconds back, although the time differential doesn't really make a difference at the moment. Also lost 10 places from 7th on the grid. And Bloodpool is up 2 from starting position. Safety car still out. Doesn't look there's no indication it's going in yet, so who knows. We've lost Zesic and we've lost Nick from this race. So current leader will need to pit again, as will Landscape King sitting in 2nd. The Samuel Beach running in 3rd will also probably need to pit again, but they are going to be under significant pressure from Rapid F1, Tom and Tom Go Prof. And also Jesper. I mean, Jesper is ahead of Tom Go Prof, remember. So Jesper could play a pivotal role in this, being that Tom Go Prof needs to pass them very quickly to get up the road and after Rapid F1. And you've got to consider that Rapid F1, who is of course running in the Aston Martin, has got Mercedes-Benz between him and the Alpine of Tom Go Prof at the moment. But I suppose Jesper can decide who he likes more right at this stage. Do they hold up a much faster car behind Tom Go Prof? Assuming they are much faster, of course. We'll have a quick look actually at representative lap time, shall we do that? So Rapid F1 clearly fastest lap. I mean, that's by some margin as well. That's almost 8/10 faster than anybody else on the racetrack. Tom Go Prof with 31.2. Nat Packers 31.4. So it is quite a significant difference. If you look at the relative pace of the 3 cars in front of Rapid F1. In fact, when you look at the top 6, Tom Go Prof and Rapid F1 are about 8/10 difference between them. But they are both over a second faster than anybody else in that top 6. So you're going to see them most likely to be swallowing these guys up very, very quickly. And that's a bit of a bigger disaster for Tyler and Nat Packers, because particularly Nat Packers, because Nat Packers obviously wants to finish as closely to Rapid F1 as possible for the championship points, of course. The safety car is going in this lap, so I want to watch what Tom Go Prof does, and let's watch from Rapid F1's perspective. Yeah, because when they make it through, it's going to be some time before they're getting onto the back of those cars in Uwu, Landscape King, Samuel Beach and Jesper. So I wouldn't be liking my prospects sitting there in 12th with the guy I'm chasing down in the championship quite so far ahead. So safety cars in and away we go. So we are away and we're on board with Rapid F1, who wants to make a very, very swift move around Samuel Beach before Tongo Prof can get around Jesper. And it's not super easy to overtake here. Who was that? He's well off the racetrack there, losing a few places. So, did he lose anything? That's the question. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like anything was lost there, but went the wrong way on that racetrack. So Jesper is ahead of Rapid. Tongo Prof actually is ahead. Tongo Prof is up into 4th. Did lose a couple of places. My apologies. I don't know why. I saw Tyler as well. I said Tom. So Rapid F1 trying to make the move again. Does make the move stick on Jesper this time. Stays on the racetrack, but has Tongo Prof ahead. Is this going to be 2 wins from 2 for Tongo Prof? As we see Rapid wrestling with that steering wheel. Not playing ball at all today. Very, very squirrely. There's your leader at the moment, Landscape King. 9 laps on those medium tyres. We'll not be able to do another 9 laps, surely. Surely they're going to have to pit at some stage. Uwu, I suppose you probably could do 18 laps on those hard tyres. They're going to be a little bit rubbish towards the end though. But I still think they're going to. I don't know. I don't know is the honest answer. If they'll last that long. It depends on the driving style, doesn't it? I suppose with conservative driving you probably could. But if you drive too conservatively, you're going to get caught. Samuel Beach 1.5 seconds back. Tongo Prof is... that's the gap to the lead, isn't it? That looks much more sensible. So Tongo Prof under significant pressure with Samuel Beach. Tongo Prof breezes through like he's not even there. Like he's a safety car pulling into the pits. So through goes Tongo Prof. Rapid F1's going to be the next one up behind Samuel Beach. Is the move on? Well, it's on. It's whether he can make it stick quick enough. It didn't look like Samuel Beach is about to turn in on him. But Rapid F1 does make it through. Tucks in behind Tongo Prof. Next target is Uwu's Landscape King up into the lead of this race now, as it looks like maybe the quicker tyres of Landscape King are paying dividends. But how big a dividend is it? Because they're going to have to go in and change out those tyres. They can't make them last, surely. Other front runners we should be looking at. Tyler is back in 7th place. Nat Packers in 8th place. They had what looked like a coming together a few laps ago before the safety car, which pushed them both down the order. Nat Packers losing out more than Tyler. Nat Packers running, remember, in 2nd place. Tyler running in 3rd. So Tongo Prof has already closed that gap down on Uwu. And that's what they can see now. At the end of the last lap, it was 1.5 seconds. Now we're here on lap 23. And the gap is already down to under 2 tenths. And there we go, Tongo Prof breezing through up into 2nd place. So it is Landscape King and Tongo Prof, the 2 teammates for Alpine, both in the front 2 positions, position 1 and 2. Rapid F1 makes their way around Uwu. Not going to find it quite so easy to overtake Tongo Prof, I don't think. And J. Joe Lancer is another dump from this race. So we've lost now 3 in this race. What are we, lap 23 out of 29. And we lost 3. It's not bad going. Jesper, Dusty and Curly have all opted to go for a rapid stint on some soft compound tyres. Got a lot of work to do though. 15 seconds back is Jesper from Polished White Balls. Dusty Fake is 11 seconds back from Jesper. And Curly only 3.3. A much easier task from Curly than it is for Jesper and Dusty Fake. So Tongo Prof, next target is going to be Landscape King. And how long does the target last? Well, not very long. Because Tongo Prof round the outside, do touch. Tongo Prof though holds that round the outside, makes that move, and in we go to lap 25. Tongo Prof in the lead of this race. How quickly can Rapid F1 get through? And Rapid F1 doesn't get through this time. Has to hold off. So this is where Landscape King could do a really, really good team job here and just hold Rapid F1 away. This is all about getting as many team points as possible. And the best way to do this is for Landscape King to keep Rapid F1 behind. No opportunity for an overtake. Just keep them there, stop them from getting there, and let Tongo Prof move up into the sunset, off into the distance, several seconds ahead, and give Landscape King too much work to do in the final knockings of this race. Don't think he's going to stop him this time. No, he doesn't. Rapid F1 goes through. So there's your 1, 2, 3. It's Tongo Prof of Alpine. It's Rapid F1 from Aston Martin. Then it's Landscape King, also of Alpine. Still good points though for them. And this top 3 now, 1.2 seconds clear of Uwu. And that's a penalty for Tyler. So we've got penalties now for Rapid F1, Landscape King, Uwu, Samuel Beach, and Tyler. Nat Packers is just behind Tyler, 1.1 seconds. So that's a place gain there. And most likely a place for Samuel Beach as well. So looking good, or looking better for Nat Packers certainly than it was 5 laps ago. 5 laps ago it was looking pretty shitty. But it's a bit better. We've lost 3 from this race. Jojo Lancer, Zetic and Nick X. Tongo Prof is in the lead of this race by 7/10 of a second from Rapid F1. Rapid F1 is the current championship leader and does have the fastest lap of the race so far. Landscape King Tom's teammate is back in 3rd. We've got now 1.7 seconds. It just goes to show how much that he was holding up. Both Tongo Prof and Rapid were mainly behind him because that 1.7 second gap just shows the difference in pace just over a couple of laps. Then we've got another 2 seconds back to Uwu as Dusty Fate chucks in a 1:29.9. That is crazy race pace. I'm telling you who's not going to put in the fastest lap of this race? Jesper, because Jesper is out. And is that another safety car? They're all slowing down. It's either a VSC or a full safety car. Wait, I want to see the little sign that tells me. Can I see the safety car out? It is a full safety car. I can see the safety car out. Just waiting. Just around the corner after turn 4. So Tongo Prof will come round, will pick up that safety car, and both them and Rapid can spend this time now just easing the tyres, not pushing them too hard. Strange choice. Tongo Prof going into this is going to be soft tyres, absolutely soft. Rapid F1 doing the same thing. So they're both opting to pit rather than stay out. Interesting choice to be fair. But each to their own, I say. Each to their own. Uwu is back into the lead. Samuel Beach up into 2nd. Tyler up into 3rd. And Nat Packers up into 4th. So has this been a bit of a mistake for Tongo Prof and Rapid F1? I know that they're on the soft compound tyres. But we're on lap 26 to 29. This safety car could be out for 3 laps. And if it's out for 3 laps, what are they going to do? They could have, and at this stage of the race, I think they should have stayed on those tyres and just looked after them through the safety car phase. Because I'm not sure they can make back those places now. I really don't think they can. I'm calling it. They're not going to make those places back. That was a stupid move. Unless, of course, they've taken so much out of the tyres that they were just untenable. I don't think that's the case, though. I really don't. I think they've done a boo-boo. They've done a boo-boo there. Let's get the beverage on board. One thing I didn't do is I didn't get any beers today. I had no beers in my fridge, and it's been a beers kind of day. And I did ask my son to get something away from work, but he's a git, and he didn't. So there is the current race leader sitting behind that Mercedes-AMG safety car. That's Uwu. Behind Samuel Beach Behind them is Tyler and Nat Packers. They had it coming together, or so I thought, a few laps ago. Pushing down the order. The number of safety cars since then has given them an opportunity to move back up. Now, there's Jinxie in 5th. Jay Hartnell running in 6th. Matty Bennett in 7th. They're all on the medium tyres, apart from Uwe out front on the hard compound tyres. Now, Tongo Prof, who was leading this race, and Rapid, who was second, after leading this race for much of it, was in second. They're both now, excuse me, sorry about that, on a soft compound tyre. I'm going to drink really fizzy Pepsi really quickly. They're both on a soft compound tyre. That is going to give them significantly better grip through the quicker corners. It's going to give them significantly better exit speeds from the slower corners, and it's going to give them a much later braking into every corner. Plus they're fresh, that's the other thing, they're very fresh. The only question mark I've got is whether they've given themselves enough time for that to be a viable strategy. Is it just me who's just noticed that there's boats there in a river? Oh no, it's not real, is it? Oh no, it does look real. I don't know if I noticed this during the actual Miami Grand Prix, but there's boats there, and there don't seem to be any way to drive your boat into it, other than, I suppose, remove the track. I'm going to look that up after the race and find out. I think actually Miami's one of the races I didn't get to watch this year. For whatever reason that wasn't. So that's basically the size of it. Tongo Prof and Rapid are going to be on soft tyres. They're going to be going quickly. But they've got 7 cars to get out of the way. Yeah, the thing is, why I do remember something about a fake marina, right? But they make it look like the water's real. Why bother? Stupid. Sometimes Americans do funny things. Yeah, that's what I thought had happened, but it's a little bit weird. So safety car is coming in this lap, and we're going to see just what Tongo Prof and Rapid have got about, because they're going to have to make a crazy amount of overtakes. So, are we going to see 14 overtakes for these guys to get back to P1 and P2? Or are they, as I suspect, going to finish behind Tyler and Nat Packers and wish they had not gone into the pits when they did? I don't think that, the thing is, they wouldn't have even been that vulnerable. So we're underway again. Uwu is the leader. I don't get it either. Just to shove some boats, but you've got to use a truck to get them in there. So Uwu in the leader of this race from Samuel Beach. He's not a real beach either. He's a fake beach, fake marina, fake beach. Matty Bennett out of this race. Does this bring about another safety car? Or is it just a straight retirement? Hope no more safety car. But Uwu in the lead, Samuel Beach in second. Tyler in third, Nat Packers in fourth. Tongo Prof and Jinxie up to 5th and 6th. So Matty Bennett coming out of the race does help them. 3-second time penalty for a blood pool. So at the minute, Nat Packers in a really good position. And actually, to be fair, where is Rapid? There is Rapid. Rapid's had an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare, because Rapid is just ahead, and not even that anymore, not even just ahead of Landscape King. So Landscape, oh, there he is again. No, he's not. Landscape King ahead. This is where his race was out front this entire time, and now the race is with Landscape King. And at the minute, Rapid is losing. Rapid's going to come in last place. This has gone horribly wrong. So the leader of this race is Uwe, and I'll tell you what, Nat Packers is going to win this race by default, really, because there's going to be some people out there with, Tyler with a penalty. Tongo Prof is going to nick second, so actually it didn't work out too badly for Tom in that instance. Tell you what, it hasn't worked out for though. Rapid F1, absolutely must be gutted. If I was him, I would be swearing at the screen. There would be expletives that hadn't yet been invented. And Tyler in the lead of this race. Tongo Prof is past Nat Packers. Just needs to stay in touching distance of Tyler with that penalty. And the penalty is, just to be confirmed, 3 seconds. So at the moment, Tyler will drop out of the top 3. No, he won't. He'll stay in the top 3. Jinxie needs to close up by about a second. If Jinxie can get a second closer to Samuel Beach, well, you're not going to do it by doing that, are you? So Tongo Prof trying to chase down. Nat Pack is trying to chase down. But actually, they don't need to push now. They really don't need to push. Because Tyler, with that 3-second penalty, is going to drop down to 3rd. Tongo Prof is going to take the win. And Nat Pack is going to take 3rd place. But we'll give him the obligatory... We'll let him have the checkered flag across the line. Even though we know it's not for Tyler. So Tyler will see it first. But Tyler won't have it first. Tyler will get step number 3 unless we see something amazing from Jinxie in the next few corners. So here we go. This is the last lap. They come round the last bend. Tongo Prof does go in, does take the win because of the penalties, of course. Tyler wins the race though. Jinxie from Jay Hartnell from Wab Stappen. Samuel Beach, Super Calgon, Dusty Fake, Curly, Bloodpool. They're through. Uwu, who was in the lead. Drops behind Polish My Balls, and Rapid F1 finishes an age behind. Now I've got to stay on board with this, but this guy led the race from the very start, and it just went horribly wrong at the wrong time. Driver of the day, Wab Stappen. Yeah, I would say Wab Stappen's made some decent moves and got through the order. So there we go. Tongo Prof on the top step. Won last week. It's another result from this week to start off the day. A good 29 lap result there for him. So first place for him here. And then we've got Nat taking 2nd. And 3rd place is Tyler, who was only 3rd by virtue of penalty. Did cross the line first, but had a penalty to serve. And the favourite and pole sitter and early leader, Rapid F1, last. Plumb last. So there we go. Good performance there from Tongo Prof. So there's your full rundown. It's Tongo Prof, the Dutchman Tongo Prof from Alpine, the American Nat Packers for McLaren, then the Brits Tyler from Haas finishing 3rd, the from England Jinxie from Mercedes in 4th, also from England Jay Hartnell in the Alfa Romeo in 5th. 6th place was Wab Stappen for Haas, another Dutchman. The Brit Samuel Beach for Red Bull in 7th. Super Calgon, the Williams racer from the entire world. Dusty Fake, that's Denmark in the, for Red Bull. The Brit Landscape King in the Alpine in 10th. Then you've got 11th place was Curly from England. Bloodpool from the world in the Alfa Romeo. The Brits Polish My Balls from McLaren and Rapid F1 for Aston Martin, 13th, 14th. And at the very, very back actually was Uwu. So we finished behind Rapid for AlphaTauri from the United Kingdom. Then we had, did not finish, we had the Ferrari of Matty Bennett from England, the Mercedes-Benz of Jesper from Sweden, the Williams Racing of Joe Lancer from Great Britain, the Polish driver Zekic for Aston Martin, and Nick X from England for Fezza. But congratulations to Tongo Prof and Alpine, Nat Packers and McLaren, and Tyler with Haas. Good result for you, top 3. That's your 29 lap race done. That was your final lineup for that shizzle. What do we think about that, people? That wasn't bad, was it? That was not a bad race at all. Quite a few safety cars. Bit annoying. A bit annoying when you get safety cars, but it's a necessary evil, I suppose. So what's next, I hear you ask? Well, ask the question then and I will tell you. I'll tell you what I will do first, hang on. I've lost my little thingy. There it is. Got my little thing to cover that. Make it like that, make it pretty. So I think we're going to have a short break and then we'll let you know what happens next. Hold on, I'll call up. No worries, Natalie. Just wanted to say, I was just trying to find my Mind video, but I couldn't put it out for you. I was going to put up my Mind video for the weekend. So anyone that doesn't know, we're doing a charity event. We've been doing it to raise money for the Mind charity, for the 1 in 15 people that will attempt to try and take their life within their lifetime. We're trying to raise some money to stop that. We've already got up to about 400 quid or something I think we've raised so far. We've had one race of the 5-race series. That was at Le Mans. Check it out on Black Flag Racing TV. It was an awesome race. But we've got 24 hours at Bathurst coming up this weekend. We've got spaces. If you want to race in this race, it's a 3-hour endurance race with settings to emulate 24 hours on GT7. You are welcome. We just ask for a very, very small donation to the charity to take part. I will actually produce the table for the first race, actually. Thank you very much, Curly. Thank you very much, Nats. Yeah, I will do. I'll send it over to you, Natalie. But yeah, get involved because it's shit on. We've got some great drivers in it as well, and it was really, really good fun last time out, and we were all really knackered afterwards, but we had a good laugh. We had a good laugh on the chat as well. Quite a few people joined in and give me some bants, and I might have a special guest commentator joining me from another team. But I'll let you know about that. But thank you very much for joining me this evening. It's been very, very awesome here on F1 2022 as always. Nothing going tomorrow, but we will be back on Saturday for the Mind event. Details will be on your Discord if you want. And then Sunday it's team versus team, Black Flag Racing Team versus the Lithuanian Racing Club. And we got absolutely tanked, absolutely battered by them in race number 1. It's time for our settings, our car, our track. Let's see if we can improve on that. But thanks for joining me. I've been Urban Pirate. This has been Black Flag Racing TV with the smoking Pirellis. And we'll catch up with you with these guys next week. Laters, it's been emotional.